Good evening and welcome to Ottawa Experts. I'm your host, Barbara Balfour, and on tonight's show we'll be talking about a topic that's very near and dear to my heart that many of us can relate to, if not all, finding happiness and your life's purpose. I'm really excited to talk to the very inspirational lineup of guests that we have tonight. Our lineup includes award-winning deaf-blind speed skater Kevin Frost, who will be joining us later on the phone. We've also got a phone date with Jessica Heater, who quit a career in public relations to run away and join the circus, and she's never looked back. And also joining us in the studio tonight, I'm very pleased to introduce author and motivational speaker Daniel Delatour, who immigrated to Canada from Haiti and wrote a very inspirational book called From Zero to Hero, a book on a better mindset for happiness. Daniel, thank you for joining us tonight.
Sure.
And last but not least, we have transformational life coach and motivational speaker Francesca Davilla, who incorporates a Latin spark, background in holistic nutrition, music, mindfulness, and dance in her teachings. Some of the hurdles that Francesca has overcome include immigration, divorce, young motherhood, and depression and anxiety. And it's those personal experiences that have led her to find answers in all the right places. Thank you so much for joining us, Francesca.
Thanks for the invitation.
Part of the struggle with finding happiness for many of us lies with the misguided notion of what is happiness. Some people think it's a bigger house or a better car or the perfect partner. So I want to start off by asking you, what's your opinion? What is happiness? Francesca, let's start with you. What do you think happiness is?
Well, so it's just, for example, sitting here with an attitude of let's amplify a good feeling. Let's amplify whatever you were saying when you were introducing myself. And it's as simple as a way of life. So when I say way of life, it's something that you get to choose, something that you can cherish every single day with gratitude, with an optimistic kind of feeling in your heart. As you say, it's very important. It's nothing from the outside world. It's something that comes inside and goes out. And it's actually always something that it has created a grateful mindset and as well being in service to others.
Interesting. So helping others, putting others first.
That's correct.
What do you think, Daniel? What is happiness to you?
I totally agree with you. So for me, happiness is something that comes from the inside, right? So it's something that you manifest into the outside world. So you don't go looking for happiness, like you said, in a vehicle or in your new house. Now that can bring some sort of happiness, but that's not the true happiness that you're looking for. The true happiness that you should be searching for is when you get a certain sense of fulfillment. So you've accomplished something in your life, something that makes you very happy, something that brings a certain amount of joy in your life that will keep on pushing you forward and always keeping you moving on over and over again every single day. That's for me the true happiness.
But how do you identify what that is? What is the source of that happiness?
It's something that you feel inside. So for me, when I was writing my book, is once I accomplished my goal, you get a certain amount of pride. So you feel happy from your accomplishment of, I had this goal, I really wanted to succeed in it, and I feel very content and happy about it. So for many people, it could be to be the best father or the best mother out there. For others, it could be to be the best worker out there, or accomplishing, like if you building your own company, reaching a certain level position in your job place. Whatever goal that you have in life, as long as you keep moving forward and actually keep pushing, happiness will follow at that point.
Are you happy right now?
Completely happy, yes.
I mean, not just here to be on the show, but just generally speaking in your life. Are you happy?
Generally speaking, yes. I work very hard in keeping myself healthy, for example. So I pride myself in going to the gym on a regular basis. I know a lot of us actually do set up those yearly goals, and we go to the gym in January. We stop in February.
Yeah, that's me.
Yeah. But see, I pride myself in actually keeping my goals. So once I set them up, once you keep going, and you keep pushing yourself every single day, you will feel a specific emotion, and it comes from within.
Satisfaction.
Satisfaction, yes.
What about you, Francesca? Are you happy?
Yes, I am, and I'm excited to share this with the world and have a platform like this one and videos, because more and more these worlds with so many distractions, so many obstacles that doesn't allow us to be our best self. It's always a challenge to be that, to push, right, and to be able to maintain it. So for me right now, I discover after many years of I said my 7 teachers and my master's degrees in life, those called obstacles. Right now, I feel that every single day, it's a day-by-day task. It's a day-by-day activity, and could be rituals. Could be just, for example, be in your happy space. Put yourself in the first to-do list, you are there. And at the end of the day, you feel like in a different set of mind, a different set point. So with a smile on your face, just waking up and going to sleep like that, yes, I'm happy.
How do you know that what you're feeling is legitimate happiness?
Because from that space, I hear my inner voice, if I can call it like that. I see more clear now that that those different struggles in life comes and I don't react right away. I have more space to respond. I know in advance that I need a little bit of a tool. It's like a shield. It's like you put a suit, like this jacket this morning. I put it in and I'm ready.
Armor.
There you go.
Yeah.
So when you realize and you are looking at the mirror saying, you know what, I feel good in my skin. And I can share this with other people now. Many years ago, I couldn't. Maybe it was in that process of overcoming, and for example, depression, anxiety. And when that comes, it's better to heal yourself first. And I'm still in progress. Also, this is nothing that I'm, oh yeah, superhero, happy. Yeah. It's not in, it's like when they are saying, it's not like going in tippy toes, this is a wonderful world. It's not, but it's just having and using those tools available.
Daniel, how did you get here?
I came here from Haiti. So it was a decision from my parents to actually come here. Had nothing to do with it, but I had to suffer the consequences of it, which I am very grateful for due to the fact that I was faced with many challenges.
What were some of those challenges?
So one of the examples that I could give is when I came here, I didn't know most people here. So it was a struggle for me to actually make friends in the new school. Believe it or not, I was living in Quebec, so the French is not as like my French, I would say. So it was a struggle for me to adapt to their specific vocabulary. Their lifestyle is different from the Haitian lifestyle as well. The cultures, the values, and everything is different. So it was a struggle for me to actually adapt, for one, make friends, for two, actually be able to immerse myself within their specific group, and then from there on move forward. And that was only 2 years. Then I get thrown into university, which is a whole other scenario where you're still discovering yourself as a young individual.
And that's aside from the pain of being an immigrant.
Basically, exactly, right? So now you have to basically go over and above all the obstacles that come. And that's where the true happiness comes, because once you overcome obstacles, because it's good to have obstacles, it strengthens you. Like she said, the shield. Mm. The fact that before I was very skinny, so that's why I go to the gym and I strengthen myself. Now I can honestly say I feel good in my skin, right? So it's a sort of shield that you put on yourself, and now you can actually share with other people. This is what I went through. This is the knowledge I have.
Coping mechanism.
Basically, yes.
Because how do you prevent that shield from becoming an impenetrable fortress? How do you balance having a shield with allowing yourself to be vulnerable? Because that's sort of the key of happiness, isn't it?
I think it's the more real we get, and as speakers, we get that a lot. You know, like share from your authenticity's inner spirit. You know, and don't be trying to be other person. And showing, that's when we talk in the beginning, and you introduce myself, and you say, I said, go ahead and share those obstacles. I don't care anymore, because I want to let other people know that it's possible. Yes. That even though in my own skin, sometimes I want to be more thin and more, you know, different things that now on young people get, and women as well.
I mean, it's never enough.
It's
right?
never enough. We are always comparing ourselves. Yeah. So that's our kind of best thing to do, is coming from the inside out, to understand that whatever is your process is perfect. And the next day will be another opportunity to start all over again. It's like what I say, you know what, let's go again. Let's do it again.
Perfect. I just want to remind our viewers that if you have any questions for our guests tonight, please call the number that's listed on your screen. They're excited to hear from you, and we're excited to hear from you as well. Daniel, you sent us a really nice graphic that really simply looked at happiness and what you should do about it. It was very simple. It was basically, are you happy? If yes, then you should keep doing what you're doing.
Exactly.
If you're not happy, then you should change something. That's actually not the graphic. There's another one that you sent us. It was like a chart. If we could maybe pull that one up. But the graphic that we did just show talked about how I'm in charge of my own happiness, and happiness is a choice.
Yes.
Is it that simple?
See, I always say life in itself is very simple. It's very difficult to go through, which is once again a good thing, because if it was too simple and easy, most of us, we wouldn't go through it. So it's very difficult, but it's very easy at the same time. So the process is simple. We all know what to do to be happy in our own skin, but are we really willing to go through the process to achieve that specific level of happiness? That's the key here. So yes, that's why the chart is very bold, simple. Are you happy? Yes or no?
Could we maybe pull that chart up? Basically, if it's a graphic that shows if you found happiness, or if you're happy, then keep doing what you're doing, and if you haven't found happiness, change something.
Change something in your life. So
okay.
With most of my clients, what I usually do is when I do that small exercise with them, it's, are you happy? If the answer is no, what do you know that you need to change in your life? Because we all know what's not going right in our lives, right? What do you need to change to be able to achieve that certain level of happiness that you're looking for? If you are happy, then that means whatever you're doing right now, it's working for you.
Yeah.
Keep on doing it and keep on mastering it. It's like you said, day by day. Don't worry about the future. That's another day.
Yeah.
Today is a day.
What do you think are some typical causes of unhappiness?
Well, I think it's very hard when you take responsibility. When you said it's the responsibility, when you ask a client, okay, tell me what is working, tell me what is not, tell me what you're willing to change. And we always point outside. We always are putting all our efforts into, but people they don't see it, and they don't own it. So at the same time, we want to own it, be a good mom, be a good presenter, be a good speaker. We have to own the responsibility of changing our lives. Be in the step, in that point, in that state, in the zone of I live a meaningful life, and I'm responsible for the choices that I make. It's very related. You know that now more than ever we're saying, take the health with your hands and do it in your life, right? You have to own it, because now we can't find those answers outside. So I think is one of the first big steps that we can share with the audience and with all of us is taking responsibility of your own happiness.
So when we were talking earlier about the importance of maybe taking some baby steps to find your happiness, because it can be very overwhelming very quickly. As a holistic coach, Francesca, you can certainly speak to the importance of certain things like making sure you're eating the right foods, making sure you're drinking enough water. I mean, as someone who goes to the gym, Daniel, you understand the importance of regular physical activity.
Yes.
They are responsible, physical activity is responsible for creating those natural endorphins, right? And that natural antidepressant in your body. Maybe, Francesca, you can speak to that a little bit in terms of how small those steps are and yet how meaningful they are in helping you navigate the larger challenges of life. I mean, I speak for myself when I say that when my belly is full, life is good. Yeah. When I'm sleep deprived, everything sucks.
I think it comes to everybody's different. First of all, that's the holistic approach is very respect. Your background is super different than mine here, the three of us. So what could be good for you, for me, is not good. So when we find the first step towards our health, nutrition, exercise, find whatever makes you feel comfortable, whatever makes you feel good. For me, it's dancing, let's say. It's something that integrates everything. And when I don't dance for 2 or 3 weeks, or actually months sometimes, it happens to me. And it's like, what is going on? Like, the rest of the life is good. I have a great life, but I feel down for a reason. So I remember my holistic chart that is 12 areas, actually. As much as important is eating correct and having good habits in exercising and eating well, it's as much important to practice your feeling good vibration in your creativity. So that goes for people who dance, they can maybe sing, maybe just something that is with arts. But
so
it's
creative outlet.
There you go.
Yeah.
So that spins everything around. Why? Because we are in that, like in my sauce, we will say in Spanish. I feel like in my sauce, I feel that I'm happy, I'm enjoying it. I finish my dancing and I sweat and I feel like, oh, thank you. This is what I needed.
What was that saying? You feel like you're in your
Sauce.
your sauce.
Your sass.
Your sass.
You're like,
Okay.
you're in your zone.
There
It's
you
like,
go.
you're
There
there.
you
This
go.
is my time. I'm feeling good in myself, basically, right? For example, to catch up on what she says, like, I love the gym. That's my zone. I have a friend, he does not like it. But you put him in a pool, that's his zone.
Yeah,
and he's going to do laps and laps for hours. I'm not a big fan of the pool. I'll go in, I'll swim. So everybody has a specific zone where they feel great. They feel like themselves. Some people it could be running. Some people it could be singing, dancing. You just need to find what you like to do on a regular basis.
And in order to find that, you have to take a risk, right?
Yes.
For sure. And to finish the holistic aspect of health, you can be, I have clients that they have good habits and they eat very well. But unfortunately, they suffer from depression because they have toxic thoughts, right? And one of the things about happiness is that sometimes you don't have to believe all the time what your mind is telling you. It's
So
something that everybody has, that, I don't know, in your
Negative
case,
self-talk.
negative self-talk, or maybe just doubt and fear. So when I call about happiness and when I share with my students in classes or in seminars, is just get the dance between love and fear, and that's how you get to happiness. When you just enjoy the turns, because life is going to bring fear anyhow. We are humans, and we have to go through life with obstacles, and like a roller coaster, right? But in a roller coaster, you as well can go with your hands up, or you can be so fear,
And
right?
close your eyes the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like everything. So
Yeah.
it's a dance.
What's the most important thing that you discovered while you were writing your book, Daniel?
It is a struggle, but a struggle that I loved. As you were saying earlier, I went through a lot of obstacles. The biggest obstacle I found was that when I decided that I wanted to write the book, you would be amazed by how many people would say, why do you want to write a book? Do you know how many self-help books there are already out there? Why? My answer is because the others that are out there, they're not mine. It's not something that I created and brought to this world. That was the biggest reason why I actually wrote the book, due to the fact that I wanted to share my experience and my knowledge, my thoughts, my theories with everybody as much as possible.
What made you believe in yourself? This is something that not a lot of people have.
I've always said, for one, is if I don't believe in myself, how many other people will actually believe in me? So that's where I mean by it has to start from within. It's you, your life to live, your decisions, your repercussions. If you make a bad decision, yes, bad things can happen, but you can bounce back and you can move forward. But it's still your life to live. So if ever somebody else tells you you can't do it, how do you feel about it? There comes a disconnect when you need to stop listening to what other people tell you, right? So if people tell you you can't, I don't know, you can't get that promotion, well, do you believe that you can get that promotion? I had to learn how to believe in myself through different processes. So I had to tell myself, I can do it. It could take me years, but at some point in my life, if I truly want this right now, if it's really that much important for me, then I have to accomplish it. And that's where the happiness comes into play.
That's incredible. One of the things that is central to your teachings, Francesca, is the serenity prayer. And it's something about accepting the things that you can't control. And that's key to a lot of the struggles we have in our lives, isn't it? How does it go exactly?
Well, I'm going to give you an example that the audience is going to relate. We have beautiful kids, amazing souls, but they go through different stages. And I have one in teenager, which is amazing, right? And it's a lot of emotions and different states. But one of the things that I discover as another teacher in my life is, for more than I can put all the tools available for her to change certain things that I want. Let's see, it's very simple. She was a very positive girl. And I want just to see her again with that sparkle, you know? But she's okay where she is. And I am like a mom saying, okay, you know, you need to change this and that and the attitude. And so at some point, it was so much that I was maybe trying that I was thinking in her that she wants to change. It's her that she needs to change. The thing, it was the other way around.
Who had to change?
It's in here. It's in me. I can't control when she's going to be ready to bloom. I have to just dig the dirt, all the earth, get ready, put a lot of water, put the sun available for her, and then just wait. When she's ready, she will be bloom. And I know that.
So the lesson for you as a mom was that you had to sort of back off, be patient, and let her bloom when she's ready.
Believe in her.
Yeah.
No, don't control, because it's something, as a Latin woman, I want to control everything. So changing that is a new personality. So it starts in me, right? And the moment that I start changing that, something shifts in the relationship. Something shifts in my days. I start not putting so much weight onto her, more in me.
And she senses that you trust her.
Yes, I think so. And it's a day-by-day work, right? And some days goes very well. Some days is not. Mommy, why you're on TV and you're so happy, and why you have to be like me with it? That's right. It's like, okay, I understand you. It's fine. It's just that it's a working process. And the minute that I just maybe disconnect or just turn my back to her, it's going to create separation. It's going to create something that is not going to be just love available. It's going to be more fear and anger. So. Yeah. The advice with that prayer is that we have to be in that moment that we have to ask for strength, for wiser decisions, to be able to understand when things that you can't control, and instead taking yourself a step forward, a step moving forward to that point that you can feel good in yourself and not expecting the other one.
Giving yourself a bit of a break and having faith that things will turn out.
And more with in this time with teenagers. That's right.
Yeah. We're just about to head back to break, so please don't go away. When we be back, we will be joined by Kevin Frost, an award-winning deafblind speed skater who will be sharing his journey to success. We'll be right back.